Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin-Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.
I will call the meeting of the Neenah Common Council for Wednesday, May 16, 2018 to order. Welcome, everyone. The first item of business tonight will be the roll call. The members will punch their buttons as the clerk calls the roll and answer the clerk also.
Alderman Boyette.
Here.
Bates.
Here.
Hillstrom.
Here.
Lendrum.
Here.
Erickson.
Here.
Lang.
Here.
Steele. Coons.
Here.
Stevenson.
Here. All members are present. If you join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, the Pledge of Allegiance tonight will be led by Council President Stevenson.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, welcome, family and friends and colleagues. These are exciting nights. I think we have a lot of things on the agenda. We'll get to the fire stuff about 8:30. Okay. All right. We are excited tonight. It's an exciting night for the Neenah Menasha Fire Rescue. There's a lot of promotions, a lot of welcoming some new firefighters. We're very proud and pleased to have you join us tonight. And we're very proud of what you folks do for us. For the citizens of the city of Neenah Menasha. And we would welcome at this time Chief Kevin Clone to the podium to swear in some new firefighters before we get into some other recognition awards. Welcome, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the council. I could have the three new firefighters come forward. Today I'm honored to announce three new Neenah Menasha firefighters, Jake Christensen, Tyler Hillen, and Evan Johnson. Today these three new firefighters will become part of an important team. Today you have a great opportunity to begin a prosperous career in the fire service. Tonight's ceremony should be an exciting day for you, Jake, Tyler, and Evan. Out of 80 candidates, you have been the three that were chosen to succeed as Neenah Menasha firefighters. This is also a great memory for family as they've been by your side, rooting you on, encouraging you while you were going to school and taking tests for various fire departments. Jake started his firefighting career by enrolling in Fox Valley Tech in 2006. In 2008, he entered here at Neenah Menasha and graduated from Fox Valley Tech, so he was an intern here at Neenah Menasha. He accepted his first job in St. John's Fire District, Johns Island in South Carolina in 2008. He moved back to Wisconsin and accepted a position at the Outagamie County Airport Fire Department in March of 2016, and he had worked at the airport until he received a call to become a firefighter here in Neenah Menasha. So congratulations, Jake. Jake has his wife Brittany and his two kids here tonight, and his mom and dad as well. Tyler started his firefighting career by enrolling in the Med Tech program at NWTC in 2015. Tyler took all his fire certifications at Fox Valley Tech on weekends and in the evenings. He graduated from NWTC in 2016 and interned with the Oshkosh Fire Department paramedics. And then he was hired by the North Shore Fire Department in the summer of 2016. He accepted his first job with North Shore and then was called here in March to become a Neenah Menasha firefighter. Kind of fills a family tradition. His father, Chris, retired from here last year, so we have another Hillen in the fire department. So Tyler is here tonight. His mom and dad are here, Pam and Chris, his grandma, and his fiancee, Amanda. So congratulations, Tyler. Evan Johnson started his firefighting career by enrolling in the Fox Valley Tech program in 2010. He interned at the Appleton Fire Department. He graduated from Fox Valley Tech in 2013 and accepted his first job at the Outagamie County Airport in 2013 and has worked there until he received a call from Neenah Menasha Fire. And he is here tonight with his wife Allie and his kids Gavin and Jaden, and his mom and dad are here, and his brother Ben as well. So congratulations, Evan. So we'll have them sworn in by City Clerk Patty Stern.
Pam, you can go down.
I'll have all of you stand by the microphone so we can hear you. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your names,
I, Tyler Hillen,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
to do my duty as a firefighter
to do my duty as a firefighter
for the cities of Neenah and Menasha,
for the cities of Neenah and Menasha,
Winnebago and Calumet counties,
Winnebago, and Calumet counties,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
to serve my commanding officer
to serve my commanding officer
with respect and dignity,
with respect and dignity,
to serve the citizens
serve the citizens
of the city of Neenah and Menasha
of the city of Neenah and Menasha
with compassion, courage, and integrity,
with passion, courage, and integrity,
and to uphold the laws
and to uphold the laws
and constitutions
and constitutions
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the state of Wisconsin,
state of Wisconsin,
and the cities of Neenah and Menasha,
and the cities of Neenah and Menasha,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So the next part of this is to have their relative or a relative pin the badge on them. So the first one, I'll have Brittany, Jake's spouse, come and pin the badge onto Congratulations. Thank you. And then I will have Amanda, who is Tyler's fiance, come forward. Congratulations. And lastly, we're going to have Allie, who is Evan's wife, come forward and pin the badge onto Evan. Congratulations, Evan. Now, before you step away, if there's anything that you would like to address the council and the mayor, you may come forward and do so.
It is the last requirement of the job. Is there anything you'd like to say to the group? Feel free. If not.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm also pleased and honored tonight to announce that former Captain Jim Peglow is our new Assistant Chief of Training. Jim was hired by the Neenah Fire Department on April 12th, 1994. He has served as a shift inspector, a driver, and had been promoted to captain in 2016. Jim had been part of our public education team, our safety committee, special operations team, and our water rescue team. He brings a wealth of knowledge to our training position here at Neenah Menasha Fire Rescue. And shortly after his new position started, he had 3 new firefighters that he put through their training academy with a brand new training manual, and he did an outstanding job training these new 3 firefighters, and is well on his way to becoming a great training officer for our fire department for the rest of our staff. So I would like to have Jim come forward and congratulate him on his new position. Tonight, Jim has his wife, Jenny, here, his son, Josh, and Jim's mom and dad are also present. So they should be very proud of what he's done and what he has done since he's become our assistant chief. So I'd like to bring Jim's son, Josh, forward to pin his assistant chief badge on him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Would you like to say anything?
I'm not as shy as the others. I'd like to thank the mayor, the council, for the last almost 24 years of serving the citizens of Neenah and Menasha, and thanking you for the opportunity to serve in a different role, to serve what I call my family here. You always hear the fire service and their family. The fire service family has been around and was able to celebrate a lot of exciting things with me, a lot of happy things. And with that, they also have been there for some of the darkest hours of my time. And I would like to thank everybody on the fire department for supporting me. Thank my parents, thank my wife, and my son Josh. And as my youngest son would say, you did it, Chief Big Nuts. Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, so we're not done here yet. We have, if I could have Nick Mostick, Tim Patterson, Amos Mickelson, Jim Farnkrug, and Chris Ader step forward, please. Promotions. Events like the announcement of promotions and the recognition of our firefighters for many tasks they do are one of the many areas as the fire chief that's very rewarding to me. Also a very proud moment. I enjoy being able to watch our members develop their skills over the years and become the best of the best. I want them to be the best because that's what our citizens of Neenah and Menasha deserve. So I'll start with Nick Mostick. Nick is being promoted to driver operator. Nick is an 18-year veteran of Neenah Menasha Fire Rescue, was hired on May 22nd of 2000 by the Menasha Fire Department, and has been a move-up driver for 12 years. Nick will bring some great experience to this position. Tim Patterson. Tim is being promoted to driver operator as well. Tim is also an 18-year veteran of Neenah Menasha Fire Rescue and was hired on March 1st of 2000 by the Menasha Fire Department. Tim has been a shift inspector since 2006 and will be transitioning to the driver operator role and will bring a great experience to this position as well. Amos Mickelson. Amos is being promoted to fire officer. Amos is a 21-year veteran of the fire department. He was hired on March 17th, 1997 by the Menasha Fire Department. Amos has been driving since 2003 and has been in the move-up officer role since 2003. Amos has recently attended the National Fire Academy to obtain his Executive Fire Officer certification and will also bring some good experience to the fire officer's position. Jim Fahrenkrug. Jim is also a 21-year veteran of Neenah Menasha Fire Rescue. Jim was hired on July 7th, 1997 by the Neenah Fire Department, and Jim has been a driver-operator since 2010. Jim has also recently been part of our shift mechanic and has done a great job over the years being a shift mechanic, and I'm hoping that with his knowledge that he'll able to continue to mentor some of our younger firefighters that have aspirations to become shift mechanics. Chris Aderer to shift inspector. Chris is not here tonight, but he is a 17-year veteran of Neenah Menasha Fire Rescue, and he was hired by the Neenah Fire Department on February 5th of 2001. Chris is a key part to our public education team and has been moved up to the shift inspector for a number of years and will bring some good experience to that position. So I just want to take the time to congratulate these four in their new positions. All right, could I have Ben Fahrenkrug, Garrett G., Scott Harding, and Mike Novi step forward, please? These four individuals standing before you have stepped up beyond any of our expectations. These four are the members of our EMS committee. In the last couple of years, this group has brought our EMS up to a level that could be very comparable to EMT basics or paramedics. They have added many more skills such as tourniquets, Narcan, taking blood sugars, using the pulse oximeter, combi tubes, and they've created an inventory replacement that we never have had in the past so that we no longer run out of supplies. We have had this group as liaison to our Gold Cross ambulance family so that issues can be worked out quickly. Lastly, they have worked with Gold Cross so that we're no longer charged for gloves and some of the supplies that we use. They're provided now by Gold Cross. They have mirrored equipment that Gold Cross uses so that we can get the replacements right from Gold Cross instead of having to take the equipment out of our own budget. These individuals also help in teaching our crews on skills throughout the year and also help the department set and establish our guidelines and policies for our EMS. So at this time, I'd like to congratulate Ben Fahrenkrug, Garrett G., Scott Harding, and Mike Novi for group recognition. If you would like.
Hi, everybody. I would like to say something. Our committee was formed knowing that a big void was going to be coming to our department with losing one of our firefighters, Chris Hillen. He did have a passion for EMS, and he is the one that laid the groundwork and really the drive for us to improve and advance EMS as a whole on our department. So we can't take a lot of the credit without thanking the people that helped us get there. So thank you.
The next is a couple of individual citations. One is for Shift Commander Dan Schultz, and he is not here tonight. Dan is our department, knows our department's always looking for ways to help fund some of our project and our budget needs. One way to accomplish this is through the application of grants. So Dan's been our grant writer. And since 2004, we've been awarded over $2.1 million in grant funds for the fire department. Most of our grant awards have been the result of Shift Commander Schultz's hard work. In 2017, we were awarded $283,000 grant to replace our self-contained breathing apparatus. The 2018 capital improvement budget to replace them was $368,000. The grant award has saved both cities a significant amount of CIP money in the next few years. And not only did we receive that grant, but Dan was also able to work with the City of Oshkosh Fire Department to collaborate and purchase an extra amount of SCBA's for Oshkosh, which also saved an additional amount of money. So I appreciate all the hard work that Dan has done for our department over the last 14 years in writing grants. So he's not here tonight, but I congratulate him in his individual citation. Tim Patterson, would you please come forward? The second individual citation is for driver-operator Tim Patterson. Tim is being recognized tonight for his achievement in starting the Backdraft Bike Tour. This was started with an idea by Tim, as he's an avid bike rider and enthusiast, and he started it back in around 2012. This event is a fun family event that has different distances of the tour, which are 10, 25, 50, 75, and 100 miles. Over the years, the event has raised $13,500 for the local charitable fund, $13,500 for the Wisconsin Burn Camp, and also raised $7,500 for the Loop the Lake Trail. This event had started with about 100 riders in its first year, and last year quickly grew to over 600 riders. So as we're preparing for the next event coming up here in June, Tim has done a lot of hard work. Not solely by himself. He has a lot of people working in the background, but with his idea and the drive that Tim has, he has raised almost $34,000 over 7 years to put back into the community for community things. So I appreciate that, and I would like to give Tim his citation for individual citation.
Thank you very much. I'm a man of few words. All I do is make phone calls. Everyone else around me, they're the volunteers. They're the ones who put in the time, the riders who register. I just like to ride a bike, and I'm kind of focusing my energy towards, a tour like this. And if I can help some other people, that's great. So thank you very much for this honor. I'm very happy. Thank you.
Thank you. The last award is our Civic Award, and if I could have Anthony Laytone please come forward. Driver-operator Anthony Laytone is being recognized for his Civic Award this evening. Last year, Anthony was recognized by the Neenah High School for his civic achievements, and now Anthony's peers at NMFR are also doing the same. Over the years, Anthony has been one who has offered help from people he knows all the way to strangers. Some examples include his instruction at the YMCA, staying later to help somebody that isn't lifting weights correctly or doing some type of exercise. He stays there to make sure that they're doing it correctly. Different things also with Anthony in helping people that he may not know, or what he did is he helped a lady that he knew from the YMCA that was fighting cancer, sickness, and helped raise some money and got some donations for her to help her through her cancer. Anthony, along with his family, also is known to stop at as many civic and community events as possible to help support the Neenah and Menasha communities. He has stopped to help strangers changing tires while he was en route to a family event, and so at this time I'd like to give Anthony his Civic Award.
Thank you. Just a quick story. So one day after finishing a 24-hour shift, I was on my way home, and I walk in the door, and my son comes up to me. His eyes were really big, and he's like, "Dad, did you make any rescues or put out any fires?" And I'm like, this totally caught off guard because I've been a firefighter his entire life, and he's never asked me this before. So I'm like, "No, actually, we just had a couple EMS calls and a fire alarm." I go back to work, and I work another 24-hour shift. Come home, open the door. He's like, "Dad, any rescues?" And I didn't know what to say. I wanted to make up something really cool that we did, and I'm sure I came up with something. So when I went back to work and I was with the firefighters the next morning, I'm like, "Hey guys, if there's any opportunity to make a rescue, please let me do it, because I got to give my son something, But the backs of our shirts say fire rescue really big. And got to be honest with you, it's actually a very small part of our job. We don't fight fires every day. We don't make rescues every day. But we prepare for them, and we're ready for them, and we're really good at it. Got a great staff that I work with. But our management and our local union, they're really supportive of us getting out in the community and doing what we can. Today they were out there, fill the boot for MDA. We're working on the bike tour. Just a variety of different things. A lot of opportunities to serve the community, and that's why I love this job. It's the best out there, and we've got support, great crew to work with, and I want to thank you for this.
So just in closing, our department recognition is something that's fairly new to our department, and want this recognition to let our community's council, our mayors, and firefighter family know that we love what we do, just like Anthony kind of explained, and we want you all to know at these special times. I know that the firefighters are saying that they're just doing their job, but I always have to remind them that it isn't about doing your job, it's about what your spouses and your children, your parents, and your family see that you do. It's letting the council and the mayors know what we do and what we love to do. And so I really like to thank you, Mayor, and the members of the councils for allowing this opportunity. And you can see that it's important by how many people we have here tonight, the support from family and friends. So it is important, even though there's probably a little ribbing going on back and forth, but in the end, it's very important to recognize all the good things that our firefighters do for the community, and I thank all the family and friends that came here tonight to support them. So thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you very much, Chief. And if I can just take a minute or two here, we really, as you can see tonight, and if you listen to the awards and the stories, we, the citizens here in Neenah Menasha, we are pretty darn fortunate to have a group of individuals that's so dedicated, so professional, so well-trained, that care about our community and want to do good things for the community in so many ways. And as it was pointed out in my notes, he stole a little bit. Today they were out filling the boot for MDA. I saw them, and they got a couple of bucks from me. And the backdraft bike tour. Recently, I've had the opportunity personally to train with these individuals for our EMT and medical refresher course. Some of you may know, I work for Gold Cross in a service up north. So I've been able to spend 8 weeks once a week with them training. And I can tell you the dedication, the professionalism that they exhibit in training, they take training very serious. And EMS is very important to these guys, and it's very important to this community, because when someone gets hurt, when someone needs someone in this community, the best thing that you can get, at least at the beginning, is that blue shirt coming at you, because then they know help has arrived. And so right behind them is Gold Cross. But these gentlemen know how to do their jobs. They know how to provide care in the field, which many times is the difference between, saving a life. And so I'm very proud of them. And I can tell you, one reason that they're having all this success with Gold Cross Ambulance, and Steve Radish has told me this, and Mark Fredrickson, is Gold Cross Ambulance believes that this is a very dedicated, professional group of individuals, and that's why they are so willing to help Neenah Menasha Fire Rescue with supplies and services and training. So I'm very proud of all of you. Next week, I'll be declaring EMS Week here in the city of Neenah, May 20th to 26th. Tomorrow night, I'll be declaring, being with the policemen to declare it Police Week in the city of Neenah, like I always do each and every year. But I'm honored to have the ability to say that these folks are part of the Neenah Menasha Rescue and Water Crew, because we're pretty fortunate to have this group of individuals here. And I salute you. I thank you. To the new members, be safe out there, do your jobs, be professional, and make Neenah Menasha look good. To Captain Peglo, congratulations on your new position as Assistant Chief. We have a great management team, and I truly believe we have one of the best services in the area, both firefighting and police departments. So I'm very proud of what you do, and I thank you for the time and effort and dedication that you show to this job. Thank you all very much for coming tonight. All right, you're all welcome to stay, but it gets pretty boring from this part out. So, well, some of it's pretty boring. We'll just give them a minute here to.
It's an alarm that goes off when they leave. Yeah. I'd be scared to.
Perfect. If a false alarm goes off, we don't get fired.
Where does it say alarm? They'll just cancel it.
That's Todd's door. Todd, you know the door works.
Meeting over now? I mean, everybody else.
Yes, sir.
That's normal.
Jim, we have a couple questions for you, and it's 18th on the agenda, so just stick around. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Did
you say cupcakes? I thought you said cupcakes. So I wasn't going to bring any.
All right, we will continue on then. The next item of business, item number 2, there are no mayor's appointments tonight. Item number 3 is approval of the council proceedings of May 2nd, 2018. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
There's a motion by Alderman Lundrum, seconded by Alderman Bates to approve the council proceedings of May 2nd, 2018. Any discussion, corrections, additions? Seeing none, all in favor will vote aye, all opposed will vote no using the roll call machine.
You're not coming through. There you go. Yeah.
That motion passes 9-0. There are no public hearings, no plan commission reports pertaining to the public hearings. Item number 6 is the public forum. Public forum is an opportunity for anyone from the community to come visit the council and speak directly to the council on any topic that they would like. At this point, I will open the public forum. Welcome, Chief.
Back in the 50s, if you look at Flickr.com, you can search Neenah Police on Flickr.com, and you get all these old black and white pictures that were taken back in the day. Lots of great pictures. The old police rescue boat and many wonderful pictures. And at Halloween, the police department would host a Halloween party. I see some nods here. And you look at these pictures, it was a big deal. I mean, they gave away fabulous prizes, bicycles, and things like that. And hundreds of young people would come to this event that the police department sponsored every Halloween. Well, over the years, that fell away, but I want you to know that right now we're just wrapping up out at Memorial Park, the Family Fun Night, 2nd annual. And we've got racing drones out there. We've got a police captain, soon to be chief, getting dunked in the dunk tank. We've got bicycle rodeo going on. There's probably 40 volunteers out there working. There's a station to license your bike. There's cranked bike studios out there doing bike tune-ups. Our police drone is overhead taking some video and some police shots of everything that's going on out there. There's radio-controlled cars that the kids are racing. They can get in these different vehicles that are on display. It is, of course, we've got great weather this year. This was the brainchild of Sergeant Clint Driscoll. He thought it up last year. We did not get great weather last year for our first year, but we had a moderate attendance. And I'm telling you tonight, just like back in the 50s on October 31st, there are hundreds of young people in all different colored clothing, different sizes, on bikes, some not on bikes, all over that end of Memorial Park. And it's just a wonderful celebration. And I just went out there with a friend and just did my heart good to come around the corner and see all those people enjoying a fun family event sponsored by your police department. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Seeing no one else, I will close the public forum. Is there any comments? All I'll say is I was out there from 5:15 to 5:45. There are literally hundreds of kids out there. There are tons of volunteers. Most of the department is out there. The family of the officers are working, and it is quite an event tonight. The weather's very good, and my son-in-law is the one who kind of spearheaded it, and so there's a lot of people out there, and it's going quite well. So thank you very much, Chief, and I'll make sure that tomorrow night probably make mention of it, because a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of donations from local businesses. Each kid that completes the bike rodeo, there's a bike safety course. They learn a little bit about bike safety, and they do some other things, and then they can punch their card and they can actually get a goodie bag, and there's just a whole bunch of certificates from Dairy Queen and Culver's, and we're sugaring them up pretty good. But there's a lot of free stuff, so I'd like to thank the Neenah businesses too that took the time and effort to donate things to this to make it such a success. But without the officers putting this on, it wouldn't work. And so tonight, it appears they're having a fabulous time. So thank you very much, Chief. Proud of them. Anyone else? All right, seeing none. There's no consent agenda. Item number 9 is the report of committees. Special Public Services and Safety Committee meeting of May 16th, 2018. Chairperson Bates.
Thank you, Mayor. Reporting out from the Wednesday, May 16th, 2018, Public Services and Safety meeting, which was right before this meeting, so the minutes are not quite on the website yet. The committee recommends council approve beverage operator license applications for Alexander M. Bublitz, Brian C. Edwards, Amanda J. Evers, Andrew S. Kruger, Stephanie M. Mouthy, and Matt A. Palmer, and I would so move.
Second. There's a motion by Alderman Bates, seconded by Alderman Stevenson to approve the beverage licenses. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor will vote aye. All opposed will vote no, using the roll call machine. That motion passes 9-0.
The committee recommends council approve the change of agent, trade name, for Wisconsin Hospitality Group LLC, doing business as Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar at 1111 West Town Drive, which has IVM Forrest as agent, and I would so move.
Oops. That was supposed to be a second.
There's a motion by Alderman Bates, seconded by Alderman Lundrum. Any discussion? All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 9-0.
The committee recommends council approve all 2018-2019 liquor license renewals as outlined in an attached notice of application for licenses 2018 to 2019, Exhibit A, contingent upon payment of all outstanding forfeitures as outlined and monitored by the city's clerk office, and I would so move.
Second.
There's a motion by Alderman Bates, seconded by Alderman Lundrum to approve the Class B and licenses, or liquor license renewals as outlined. Any questions, comments? Being none, all in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote no, using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 9-0.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you for your report. Appreciate it. Item number C is the regular Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of May 7, 2018. Chairperson Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. The report from the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of May 7th, 2018. Minutes can be found on the city website. The first item, the committee recommends council adopt the proposed memorandum of agreement for the school liaison program with the Neenah Joint School District, and I so move.
There's a motion by Alderman Erickson, seconded by Alderman Lundrum to adopt the proposed memorandum of agreement with the Neenah Joint School District. Discussion. I will tell you that I was told today that in the chief last night and today, but the school district took some time to review it last night. The school board had a few questions. They, for some reason, have asked to hold this over, so they have not taken action at this point. my recommendation would be to move forward and see what happens down the road. But I think we're satisfied and we're comfortable with it, where we can move forward. Alderman Coons?
Thank you, Mayor. I was just going to notify the council that I would be abstaining from this vote due to my also being on the school board.
So there's a motion and a second. There's a motion. Okay. Alderman Bates, you want the floor?
Yes. My question is if they haven't approved their end, we can do ours and then see if they
Somebody's got to go first.
and then we just, if they change something, it comes back to us. Is that correct? Thank you.
Jimmy, no, you're good. Any other questions? All right, good. Seeing none, all in favor of the motion to adopt the MOU agreement, memorandum of agreement for the school liaison program with the Neenah Joint School District will vote aye. All opposed will vote no, using the roll call machine.
Item number 2, the designation.
That motion passes 7 ayes, 1 no, with 1 abstention.
Sorry about that. Item number 2, designation of official newspaper, Post Crescent. It was the lowest bid, and it was the only bid that the city received. The committee deferred action. However, Wisconsin Statute 985.06 mandates that the city award to the lowest bid, and I so move.
Second.
There's a motion by Alderman Erickson, seconded by Alderman Lendrum, to approve designate the official newspaper, the Post Crescent. Jim, would you like to explain anything? Or?
Just basically the memo I sent out explained the reason for keeping it on the agenda. It is a mandated award to the lowest bid. If we don't award it, it defaults to the legal rate, which may or may not be the same as the bid rate. It could be higher, but likely is higher. So the effect of deferring it may actually cause some financial cost to the city, and it is a mandated service.
Alderman Boyett.
Thank you. I was in that meeting, and the reason it was tabled was because we were looking for additional information, and unfortunately that was a meeting that our city attorney couldn't attend, so we were actually tabling it for our next meeting to get some questions answered, and one of them being there was some state statute that had just recently changed, and we weren't sure how that affected the printing or the listing of how we did things and how financially, and just a lot of questions regarding that new law. So if you could enlighten us with...
Sure. The most recent change was in the publication of Class 2 and Class 3 notices. Class 3 notices I believe are typically for zoning changes of that nature. What it currently requires is the same notice be published 2 or 3 times, depending on what class it is. The change in the law allows for the second and third insertions of a Class 3 and the second insertion of a Class 2 to be summarized, so it saves space and saves money. Several years ago, the legislature also adopted a provision that that allows the city to, instead of publishing the complete ordinances, publish a summary of the ordinances that are passed. Allows some savings on that.
Alderman Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. Since our finance meeting on May 7th, I had a chance to contact the Office of the League of Wisconsin Municipalities, and they did agree with Attorney Galitsky that, yes, we did need to select a newspaper. So I did verify that, and they said they don't see anything in the immediate future of that changing, but I did verify that has to be done.
Any other discussion or questions? If not, there's a motion and a second to designate the Post Crescent as the official newspaper. All in favor will vote aye. All opposed will vote no using the roll call machine, please. That motion passes 9-0.
That concludes my report.
Thank you for your report. Item number 10, there was no Plan Commission meeting. The Board of Public Works, item B, meeting of May 8th, 2018. Vice Chairman Hillstrom.
Thank you, Mayor. The minutes from this meeting can be found on the city website. There are two informational items this evening. A is the board approved pay estimate number 2 for contract 1-18 sewer and water main and street construction on Andrew Avenue, Richard Avenue, Geiger Street, and Whiting Court, David Tenner Corporation, Green Bay, for $341,378.52. Item B, the board approved pay request number 6 for contract PR 01-17, the Fox River Loop the Lake project, the Pfeiffer Brothers Construction, Neenah, in the amount of $50,706.53. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Item number C, is there an update? Any update from the CDA? Director Hayes?
Nothing to share at this minute, Mayor.
Thank you. Item D, the Library Board report. Alderman Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. The Library Board met at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Some interesting information was presented at the Library Board meeting. The cost per circulation at the Neenah Public Library is the lowest in Winnebago County by far, and it is the highest circulating library in Winnebago County. And I'd also like to highlight an upcoming event. The Sunday concert series will feature Elvis John is in the building. It's an Elvis impersonator, and he will be performing on May 20th, 2018 at 2 p.m. There are many more programs on the city website, and the adult and youth program, summer programs are all available to view on the Neenah Library website. So I encourage everybody to visit the website, and also I encourage everybody to check out some books. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next report will be the Neenah Arts Council, also Alderman Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to defer this report to the next City Council meeting. We have a meeting scheduled for the Neenah Arts Council next Wednesday, the 23rd, at the Valley Academy of Arts. And one of our speakers will be Nikki Hessel from Pulse, and she is going to be talking to us about the Bazaar After Dark event, which is scheduled for July 19th in the city of Neenah. So I encourage you, if you're interested, to please attend. And that concludes my report on that, but I'd like to have another one next time. Thank you.
Okay. We'll come back to you on unfinished business.
No, next council.
You want to report next time? Yep. We'll do it. Thank you. There are no petitions, any council directives anyone would like to talk about? Unfinished business, anyone? Under new business, Mayor Crawford's appointment to fill the expired term of John Rather on the Board of Review for a 3-year term to expire May 2021. This will be made at the next June 6th meeting. Mayor Crawford's appointment to fill the expired term of Michelle Bauer on the Loan Assistance Board for a 3-year term to expire June 2021. This will also be made at the June 6th council meeting. Those will be coming up. I'll be contacting the two individuals to see if they're willing to continue to serve. Otherwise, we'll be looking for someone. Item number C, Alderman Coons.
Thank you, Mayor. Under new business, I was asked by a constituent today about We Energies. I guess We Energies had a meeting today at the library with a group of people to discuss their new plans. They were asking me questions about what it meant. I know We Energies is looking for easements, but I have no idea. I know it came through planning, asked about what this would mean for citizens, and really didn't get much of an answer from We Energies. So I'd love to have at some point have this get an update, at least, so we can understand what's happening with our constituents. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's large. I don't know.
They haven't contact my office. Jerry, do you have any information?
No, I was just.
Yeah, all I did,
Contact.
they haven't contacted us. They're contacting individual property owners about easements. So maybe if the chairperson, Public Service Safety, maybe we can ask someone from We Energies to come to the next
Well,
meeting.
I'll get in touch with them tomorrow and get a note out to the council on what the meeting was about tonight.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, just some idea. So, and again, maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something large, but I'd rather be ahead of it than behind it.
Yeah, they have not contacted my office that I'm aware of, so. Alderman Bates.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to publicly thank the committee members on the Committee on Aging, as well as staff and professors at Lakeland College. We had a very successful School for Seniors today. A lot of current events taught by professors, and it was very well attended. We're up to, I think, about 70 participants now, and so the last 3 years have been very successful, so keep us in mind for next spring.
Yeah, I would just echo, and I'd like to thank the Committee on Aging, and particularly Alderman Bates and Josh Cutney for putting on a really nice show today. They had a good crowd.
And Carol Casmore.
And Carol's, I'm sorry, yep, you're right, Carol Casmore, and the entire committee for putting on a pretty darn good show. The seniors were really excited about it this morning. I had the opportunity to stop there and welcome them, and also thank Lakeland College for their hosting us, and it just keeps getting a little bit bigger each and every year, so they did a good job of promoting it this year. Alderman Erickson.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a follow-up to Alderman Kuhn's question on the We Energy. I know that there have been letters sent out to many of the residents that live on Craft because of an easement issue or whatever. And so that may be what you are referring to, but they were informed by letter from We Energy, and there is work going on, and they're just taking I think some of the poles down in our neighborhood and making it better. Thank you.
Yeah, the only contact I had with them is, they were talking, part of their plan was to hopefully eliminate some of the power poles around the city and go underground. And in some parts of the city, they're able to do that because everyone's cooperating. In the area of Coolidge School, the school district decided that they did not want to cooperate and allow them to go along the back lot line, which would have meant putting up more poles in the Coolidge School area. But I think Director Kaiser and between our Public Works and We Energies, they found an alternate route, I believe, down Edgewood that that they were able to take the lines down that way. But that's really all I know also. Okay, other things, announcements, Jim.
Just want to let the council know that the oral arguments before the Seventh Circuit on the Michael Funk case are scheduled for tomorrow morning. They are available to be listened to after the oral arguments conclude. They post them to the web, and I'll try to send out a link to that to the council in case anyone is interested in listening to that. I believe it's scheduled for a half an hour. Starts at 9:30. It should be on the website by 10:30 or 11 tomorrow.
Okay. And then lastly, Memorial Day Parade is coming up. So I think Todd has been in touch with everyone. Or
Actually sent a follow-up email tonight because I hadn't heard from any of the folks from Menasha yet.
So if the council would like to walk, I know Mayor Merkus is walking, and also myself in the Memorial Day Parade. So that is coming up fast. And then
and we are assuming that we're going to have the trailer. We are looking for a driver. Alderperson Palmo typically drove. So.
Okay. Alderman Boyette, you have a announcement?
Yeah, I just want to add that also this Memorial Day weekend, I'm ahead of the game here on the calendar, that the veterans are looking for donations. Every year they have their car show up on Green Bay Road at the Union Temple. And so there's always food and prizes for the cars. And it's just a nice day to get together and help support your local veterans. So I just want to remind everybody of that. Pray for good weather.
All right, thank you. All right, seeing no other announcements, is there a motion? The plan was, and I don't, it may be a very short, could be longer, but we had planned on adjourning and then going into a committee of the whole to see if anyone had any additional comments or questions on the 2018-2022 Capital Improvements Program workshop. And then at the conclusion of that, we will be going into a closed session to discuss bargaining strategy related to projects in TIF 8 and TIF 10. Is there a motion to adjourn and go into a committee of the whole?
So moved. Want me to sheet?
There's a motion by
Second.
Alderman Stevenson, seconded by Alderman Lundrum, to adjourn and convene into the committee of the whole. Is there any discussion? Be no discussion. All in favor of adjournment of the regular session, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. We're adjourned, and we're in committee of the whole. In about, we can just take a minute break here. It doesn't matter. Dan can finish up here before we go into closed session. So I'll turn we're good. You don't have to stay for the committee of the whole, and I'll turn it over then to Alderman Stevenson to see if there's additional comments or questions on the Capital Improvement Program workshop.
According to the don't see any public comment. And item 2 is any additional wrap-up information.
Broadcasts of the City of Neenah Common Council meetings are produced by University Studios of the University of Wisconsin, Fox Valley. Neenah residents can get information about City Council meetings, City Committee meetings, meeting agendas, and other documents via the City website, www.neenahgov.org. Neenah residents can express their opinions about city issues or about these broadcasts by contacting the mayor's office, contacting their city alderman, or by completing the electronic feedback form on the city website, www.neenahgov.org. All public portions of the meetings are recorded in entirety and are not edited for playback.